So what does it take for a movie to be considered a classic? Apparently that's a matter of debate, heated debate, as evidenced by the recent online argument over the 2003 film Love Actually. Jake Tapper talked to the two people who launched the debate over what makes a movie a holiday classic.
'Tis the season of classic holiday movies, starting, of course, with It's a Wonderful Life.
Every time a bell rings, an angel gets his wings.
And Miracle on 34th Street.
That's it!
In the 60s, a couple TV specials were added to the canon. How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
The sound sounded glad.
And A Charlie Brown Christmas.
This doesn't seem to fit the modern spirit.
But now a slightly newer batch of movies are starting to crowd in on the family favorites. Does Will Ferrell's Elf deserve a place on the DVR? Probably not, but make no mistake, the most heated debate about Christmas movies centers around the film Love Actually. Does Love Actually deserve to be considered a new Christmas classic? Film critic Chris Orr says emphatically no.
It's just a very strange conception of love that sort of starts with physical attraction and then goes immediately to the happily ever afters.
Associate editor Emma Green says yes.
The strength of a movie like Love Actually, though, which is a more recent classic, is that to me it feels more personal. It feels like something I can see in my real life, potentially, hopefully, and something that feels fresh.
Orr and Green write for The Atlantic. Earlier this month, a office conversation turned into a heated debate. Love Actually turned into a battlefield.
Basically, every one of our coworkers got up from their cube, stopped what they were doing, and surrounded us Fight Club style as we debated loudly over the merits of the movie.
It was awesome. Everything ground to a halt for 5 or 10 minutes.
They took their debate to the web with dueling articles. Their work garnered more than 50,000 Facebook shares, and I confess I was one of them. The argument is brutal and fun. The now decade-old British film Love Actually follows 9 storylines, each about some version of affection. Young love, familiar companionship, ill-timed lust, truly joyful anticipation. Orr argues these plot lines are not only implausible but superficial and even immoral, far from the wholesome virtues expected this time of year.
I think that Love Actually is not merely an unromantic movie, but an actively anti-romantic movie. It's almost a series of money shots. It's like a mashup of the first and last scenes of a variety of other romantic comedies without any of the middle part in which people actually get to know each other and fall in love.
Green says love is the spirit of the season, no matter how sloppy its expression.
They don't have time to show all of the 4-hour conversations that eventually lead people to fall in love intellectually. It's more about that magic chemistry moment that allows people to inexplicably fall into the crush zone. And I think that's a very valid and magical and wonderful thing to show.
It should be noted that Love Actually got mixed reviews when it came out, including Orr's own scathing write-up.
When I watched it again, it was even worse than I'd remembered it, and in particular, the Keira Knightley scene was even creepier than I'd remembered it.
For the record, A Christmas Story was also originally panned, but I guess you could say that criticism didn't quite stick.
Come back, come back!
And now that movie's an undisputed classic, right alongside Love Actually. Well, actually, I'm not going to take a position in this great debate.